Hey guys, and welcome to what is possibly the most controversial video I've ever done, and I didn't think it would be at all controversial. I asked you guys online if you wanted to hear my experience with a clairvoyant slash psychic that I went to see last Sunday when I was down in Brighton, and I thought everyone would be like, yeah, sure, let's hear what the psychic woman said. No, almost everyone was like, don't you dare, don't waste your breath on those people, they're scammers and blah blah blah. And I understand that point, but I wasn't going in for any of those reasons. I was literally going in because I was in Brighton, I hadn't spent any money, and it was my day off, and I was like, let's do it for the crack, do it for the banter, you know, go in, see what she can say, because I thought I was getting my palm read, so I was like, good luck. So yeah, I wasn't taking it seriously. I wasn't having some sort of life crisis where I felt like I needed someone who had a connection to another realm of existence who could pluck my miracles out of the sky and give me pearls of wisdom that I needed for my life, because that's not a thing to me. But I just thought it would be good fun. And I just thought it would be an experience. So yeah, so a lot of people will know who she is or where she is because she's on Brighton Pier in one of the little indents that you walk past. So yeah, instead of getting me some hard rock candy, I decided to get me life told to me back, retelled, and get some advice. So here we go. First off, I was astounded by how much it was. Like, I'd already set my mind on it whenever I'd seen the little booth. I was like, I turned to the people I was with and they're like, oh, you should do it, you should do it. And I was like, yeah, I should. I'm really curious. Like, so whenever these little kids came up and they were like, oh, do you want to go in for an appointment? And I was like, oh, how much is it? They're like, it's £30. I was like, excuse me? But then I told myself that that's like the price of a nice pair of jeans that I didn't buy. So I was like, okay, fine. Instead of the fake jeans, we're gonna go get our life told to. Alright, so I get in and it's beautiful and it's so cute and quaint, and it's like underneath there's like a road, but it's like built in and it's right on the pier and it's lovely, or it's like right on the beach. And yeah, you go in, it's all candly and moody. I was aware, right, that I couldn't really say too much because I didn't want her to know my accent or know, like, I just wanted to give her as little cues as possible that she could pick up on and use against me, do you know what I mean? So I was trying to keep that minimal. Right, so she goes in and I have to pay her first because obviously you're not gonna she's a businesswoman, so she's not gonna tell me fortune and then be like, oh, your card's declined, because I'm sure, but if she was a psychic, I'm sure she would know that it would. Anyway, alright, so the first thing she makes me do is shuffle cards. So I'm really bad at shuffling, so this took quite a long time because they're really long cards and, you know, not my forte. So I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, and then she was like, you know, clear your mind as you're shuffling. And I'm like, excuse me, miss, like, I haven't had a clear mind since 1994. I don't think that's possible, but I tried my best. So I shuffled and I shuffled, and then she said to lay them out on the table in decks of 3. So I left them out in the 3 decks. When I'd done that, she asked me which one I felt most attached to, and I knew straight away which one I was most attached to. It was the last one I put down, and she said, okay, cool, I'm gonna lay down 7 of these. I was like, fine. I mean, I don't know how to read cards. So the first card she like goes for after she's like laid it out, I didn't really look at them, to be honest, because none of it made any sense to me, you know, until she like would point it out and tell me what it was and X, Y, and Z, but I just didn't know. So the first one was the work card, or it's like a life card or something, I don't know. And she's like, look at this, and there was a photo of a sword on it or something, and 70% of it was blue and 30% of it was yellow, or thereabouts. And she's like, yeah, that blue, that's your work. She's like, all you do is work. Do you have a life at all? Because this is a lot for anybody. Like, and I was like, girl, you don't even know. So I didn't even say anything. I was just like, you know, and you're just like, yeah, I work a lot. But I wasn't trying to be like, oh my god, yeah, I work so long, because I didn't want didn't want her to know that, you know. She did mention about there's like no time off, and the time off I do have is spent feeling guilty or thinking about the work that I have to do. And I was like, oh girl, yes. Couldn't have put it better myself, so I was just laughing. And then she looked at another card that was to do with work, because it wasn't just one. She was saying that what you do can't be taught, and you spent years studying it, but you haven't studied it in university, and you haven't studied it in any of these stereotypical fields, but what you're doing is really important, and you just can't teach it. You know, people can't teach what you do. And then she went on to say that I would make a really good therapist, or counselor, or whatever, or something in that realm, but I wouldn't, because I don't belong in the mainstream educational system. That it's a waste. It's wasted on me. And she's like, it's not that you're not bright. You're so intelligent. You just don't belong in that system. That's not for you. But she's like, I do see you teaching people lessons in what you do. I feel like people have a lot to learn from you, and you're more than willing to help people, to show people your way of doing things. So I was like, okay. Cool beans. Family wise, she said this was a really hard one to decipher, and I kind of get that, because like I don't have a bad relationship with my family at all, and if you know me, you know that's true. But like she said in the reading, she was just like, you love them a lot, which is so true, because I love them with all my heart. But we hold different opinions on things that are important to me, which is very true. And some of the internet know things about that, you know. But anyway, she said, you're very traditional, like they are, but you're more open-minded. I was like, cool, thanks. But yeah, she was reiterating like this idea of like, you know, they're gonna try, there's more of your family's gonna start coming back into your life, which I'm sure you're happy with. And she was saying about like forgiving people, and forgiving people for having different opinions on things, or all these things. But I felt like I've already done that kind of stuff. Like I meditated on forgiveness and stuff with some like family stuff, so I'm chill. That's all in the past. So family stuff over. Relationships. Oy. Relationships, she said, like, I see you hold very little friendships. Yes, thanks. But you do date. Of course I do. It's easy to go, well, I haven't been on one in a while, but like it's easy to date and not be in a relationship, you know what I mean? She said, you find it hard to date with being so traditional. Trying so hard not to show anything on my face. You don't sleep with people. Bada bang. And sometimes you feel like that's all they want. Girl, I came here to get my palm read, not for you to spill truth tea on me. You've got incredibly high standards. So high people laugh at you. Yes. Every person I date, someone likes to point out the fact they're like, aren't they a little bit out of your league? But they always say it's not that they're out of your league, it's just they're out of everybody's league. And I'm like, yeah, duh. What's the point otherwise? You know what I mean? They have to be, because go hard or go home, man. But like, because I was thinking lately, I was like, do I lower my standards? You know, am I supposed to lower my standards because they are really high? And she was like, you know, don't lower your standards, blah blah blah. And I was like, thank you. And she said as well to stay traditional, stay the way I'm going, and that I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Just like, you know, you're traditional at heart, so it's okay not to be out sleeping around and stuff like that. You don't have to. So I was like, oh thank God, I thought I was missing out. Apparently I'm not, so that's cool. She said I don't get into relationships for fun. Yo. And you'll find they're not the one. And no, and if I find out that they're not the one, I leave. Yes. As she says, what's the point? I think you'd say. How did you know my catchphrase? Maybe I said it, I don't know. And she said that when I marry, it's gonna be with the one I'll be with for the rest of my life, because as she said again, because what's the point, as you'd say. So I was like, Hey, okay, fair. That is true though. I wouldn't get married with someone unless I thought it was going to be forever. But I think that's most people. I think most people wouldn't get married unless they knew it was going to be forever, because literally what is the point? Alright, on the last, another card on relationships here. She said, I've already met the one. Which I automatically was like, are you sure? You've already met the one, but sadly they were too immature when they met you. She said, you're both very attracted to each other. And then she was like, I'll say that again. You're both very attracted to each other. As if I needed to hear it twice, you know what I mean? But it's almost like he has to go off and be in another relationship to figure out what he's missing out on. Okay, I mean, there was a few people in the past while that I've dated and I've liked, and they've not liked me back. So there's about 3 guys who fit that category, because she did say guys, so I'm gonna go with that for a bit. I still haven't deleted Tinder though, because again, this could all be a pile of hooey. Health is another card. She said, she just literally looked at me and went, you're so tired. And I was like, god damn, did I, like, I'm wearing the world's heaviest foundation today, and like, can you not make me feel bad? So anyway, apparently I'm really tired, but isn't everybody? She's like, your body hasn't been doing good lately, and it's really letting you know about it. You've got to listen to it and stop fighting it, etc, etc. So I was like, okay, maybe I limped in here and you're able to see the fact that I am a little old lady. But yeah, no, if anything, that's a good solid advice for anybody, and I get it online all the time, so look after yourself. I'm trying. I am. I'm on that journey, by the way. All right. Buckle your seatbelts, my friends, because this card she kept coming back to all of the time. So she said, there's a pregnancy card here, and it's very loud. To which I just like was laughing. I was actually laughing, because she already has stated that I don't sleep with people, so I'm literally like, what is this? The Immaculate Conception? What are you talking about? So she's like, yeah, I see a pregnancy card. In 3 years you're gonna get pregnant. What? I don't know. What I take it as is a warning, as a make sure that if you're doing the do, careful. That's advice for everybody. But yeah, I don't want to get pregnant in 3 years, so I'm gonna like not do that. So if anything, it's always nice to get a warning. As for like all the rest of it, like it was all pretty, everything was all pretty relatable. There was a weird card where she was like, there's an older man who has a very, very different accent to you, who's like guiding you through life a lot. And you should listen to him because they've got your best interest in heart, and la-di-da-di-da. Which I was like, everybody's got a different accent than me. And you already know that there's a lot of people who are older than me in my life. That's a very vague comment. It's not helpful at all. So, I don't know. What else? Yeah, she said, I'm too hard on myself. Duh. I'm pretty sure I carry that one on my face though. Too hard on myself, especially about my work. Yeah, I mean, I did just cry my eyes out there for a whole week because I thought my work wasn't good enough. She said, no one I hang out with is my own age, and they're either old and wise or older and immature. It's very true. I mean, I have no friends my own age, so, and they are either old and wise or very old and immature. So it's just a point, I suppose. Oh yeah, she gave me a rock. It's not a rock, it's a crystal. I'm supposed to put it in my left breasticle and keep it near my heart, apparently. So try that sometime. Thank you for the rock. I appreciate it. So yeah. Ta-da! That's my experience with my clairvoyant psychic woman. So what have I taken from it? Yeah, I mean, probably for me, just don't get pregnant. It's a good place to be. It's a good reminder to have. Do I believe in any of this stuff? No. Because if I really want to change my destiny, I can, so I'm pretty chill with that. But it was fun. It was really cool. I mean, I left it totally like wigged out because I thought she would have had less to say than that, I suppose. But as like a fun little life experience of a thing to do, I don't not recommend it. I know people online were very like, whoa, money grabbers, blah 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 blah. But like, I don't know, I pay Zoltar sometimes. Should I not give my money to Zoltar because he's a machine and it's not real? You know, I don't know. I had a great time. It was a fun little thing to do for me. But obviously, don't go if you feel like you're going to be one of those people who's susceptible to going too much and relying on it for like life advice, because that's probably not cool. You know, they're not like guidance counselors. They're just, they are what they are, you know what I mean? Thank you so much for watching this absolute ramble on my experience with the clairvoyant. And I don't know if you've gotten anything out of it, but if you have, amazing. But I just hope you're having a happy, happy day and that the world is treating you the way you deserve. All right. Bye.